Hi, my name is Ben Rossiter. Oliver Jeffrey and I started Northern Tablelands Quarry Supplies, and we're proudly supporting the Armidale Campdraft in 2026. If you have any sand, gravel, or rock requirements, or would like a price on an arena, please reach out to either of us and we'll be happy to quote your job. Ben Rossiter. Oliver, Jeffrey and I started Northern Tablelands Quarry Supplies, and we're proudly supporting the Armidale Campdraft in 2026. If you have any sand, gravel or rock requirements, or would like a price on an arena, please reach out to either of us and we'll be happy to quote your job. Hi, my name is Ben Rossiter. Oliver Jeffrey and I started Northern Tablelands Quarry Supplies, and we're proudly supporting the Armidale Campdraft in 2026. If you have any sand, gravel, or rock requirements, or would like a price on an arena, please reach out to either of us and we'll be happy to quote your job. Hi, my name is Ben Rossiter. Oliver Jeffrey and I started Northern Tablelands Quarry Supplies, and we're proudly supporting the Armidale Campdraft in 2026. If you have any sand, gravel or rock requirements, or would like a price on an arena, please reach out to either of us and we'll be happy to quote your job.
Cattle are on camp. We'll clear the course, please. Keep the course clear, please. We have 125, Tim McCarthy and Rod Lorienna moving on to the camp. 126, Dean Jones and Storm will be at the gate. 27 is Ben Rossiter. 28, Megan McIntosh. 29, Elle Beaumont. 30, Ben Hall. 31, Liv McCallum. Cutout score of 21 for Tim McCarthy and Rihanna, 21 points for cutout. On camp, Dean Jones and Storm. 127, Ben Rossiter's Lexi is at the gate. 28 will be Megan McIntosh. 29, Ellie Beaumont. 30, Ben Hall. 31, Liv McCallum. 32, Sarah Dillon. 33 is Ryan Dillon. 34, Cade Rossiter. And 135 will be Carolyn Burns. Cutout score of 20 for Dean Jones and Storm, 20 points for cutout. We need two. Thanks, fellas. On camp, next to work will be Ben Rossiter riding Lexi. Number 128, Megan McIntosh and Stratton Jest Imperial will be at the gate. 29 is Elle Beaumont, 30 Ben Hall, 31 Liv McCallum, 32 Sarah Dillon and 33 is Ryan Dillon. Cutout score of 22 for Ben Rossiter and Lexi, 22 points for cutout. On camp, Megan McIntosh riding Stratton Jest Imperial. 129 Elle Beaumont and Chickman is at the gate. 30 will be Ben Hall, 31 Liv McCallum, 32 Sarah Dillon, 33 Ryan Dillon and 34 is Cade Rossiter. Bad luck, Megan. We get a no score for Megan McIntosh and Imperial. No score. Next on camp will be Elle Beaumont riding Chickman. Number 130, Ben Hall and Hall's Cosmo will move to the gate. 31 is Olivia McCallum. 32, Sarah Dillon. 33, Ryan Dillon. 34, Cade Rossiter. 35, Carolyn Burns. And 136 is Lane Clark. On camp, we have number 129, Ellie Beaumont, riding Chickman. Number 130, Ben Hall and Cosmo is at the gate. 31 is Olivia McCallum. 32, Sarah Dillon. 33, Ryan Dillon. And 134 is Cade Rossiter. Bad luck, Ellie. We get a no score for El Beaumont and Chickman. No score. Next to work will be Ben Hall with Hall's Cosmo. 131, Liv McCallum and Corralta Free Spin will move to the gate. 32 is Sarah Dillon. 33, Ryan Dillon. 34, Cade Rossiter. 35, Carolyn Burns. 36, Lane Clark. 37 is Kate Lynn. And 138 is Rebecca Luxford. Cutout score of 22 for Ben Hall and Cosmo, 22 points for cutout. Olivia McCallum and Free Spin are on camp. Cutout score of 21 for Liv McCallum and Corralta Free Spin, 21 points for cutout. On camp, Sarah Dillon with Smart as a Whip. Number 133, Ryan Dillon and Miss Dulcia Vita is at the gate. 134 will be Cade Rossiter. 35, Carolyn Burns. 36, Lane Clark. 37, Kate Lynn. 38, Rebecca Luxford. 39 is Penelope Armstrong. And 140 will be Tony Menkins. Cutout score of 22 for Sarah Dillon and Smart as a Whip, 22 points for cutout. On camp, Ryan Dillon with Miss Dulcia Vita. Number 134, Cade Rossiter and Mo's Benediction is at the gate. 135 will be Carolyn Burns. 36, Lane Clark. 37, Kate Lynn. And 138 is Rebecca Luxford. Cutout score of 22 for Ryan Dillon and Miss Dulcia Vita, 22 points for cutout. Cade Rossiter and Mo's Benediction is on camp. Number 135, Carolyn Burns and Eagle Bar Baby Rock is at the gate. Score for Cade Rossiter and Mo's Benediction, 22 points for cutout, 60-60 for horsework, 4 for the course for a total of 86. 22, 60 and 4, 86 points for Cade Rossiter and Mo's Benediction. Carolyn Burns and Eagle Bar Baby Rock are on camp. Number 136, Lane Clark and Flicker is at the gate. 37 will be Kate Lynn, 38 Rebecca Luxford, 39 Penelope Armstrong, 40 Tony Mankins, 41 Drew Stevenson and 142 is Bianca Moorhead. Score for Carolyn Burns and Eagle Bar Baby Rock, 21 points for cutout, 62 for horsework, 4 for the course for a total of 87. 21, 62 and 4, 87 points for Carolyn Burns and Eagle Bar Baby Rock. Lane Clark's Flicker is on camp. 137 Kate Lynn and Piccolo is at the gate. 38 will be Rebecca Luxford, 39 Penelope Armstrong, 40 Tony Mankins, 41 Drew Stevenson, 42 Bianca Moorhead and 43 is Scott Beaumont. Cutout score of 21 for Lane Clark and Flicker, 21 points for cutout. On camp, Kate Lynn riding Piccolo. Number 138, Rebecca Luxford and Shania is at the gate. 39 will be Penelope Armstrong. 40 Tony Mankins, 41 Drew Stevenson, 42 Bianca Moorhead, 43 Scott Beaumont, 44 Jim Freeman and 145 is Anna Hoy. Cutout score of 21 for Caitlin and Piccolo, 21 points for cutout. On camp, we have Rebecca Luxford riding Shania. Number 139, Penelope Armstrong and Mirage is at the gate. 40 will be Tony Mankins, 41 Drew Stevenson and 142 Bianca Moorhead. Cutout score of 21 for Rebecca Luxford and Shania, 21 points for cutout. On camp, Penelope Armstrong riding Mirage. Number 140, Tony Mankins and 5 Acres is at the gate. 41 will be Drew Stevenson, 42 Bianca Moorhead, 43 Scott Beaumont and 144 is Jim Freeman. Currently running first round of the Epic Horse Sales sponsored Open Campdraft. Goes down to 249 in the draw. There's 249 competitors in the first round of the Open Campdraft. It'll be followed by the Maiden A Draft. Maiden A Draft will be the next event, then the Maiden A Final and Open Round 2 to finish up today's program. Of course, there is our Calcutta run on the Open Final. Tonight at the bar, there will be a Calcutta on the Open Final. Cutout score of 20 for Penelope Armstrong and Mirage, 20 points for cutout. On camp, Tony Mankins riding 5 Acres. Number 41, Drew Stevenson and 1 More Gig is at the gate. 42 will be Bianca Moorhead. 43, Scott Beaumont. 44, Jim Freeman. 45, Anna Hoy. And 146 is Cameron Jones. Cutout score of 22 for Tony Mankins and 5 Acres, 22 points for cutout. Drew Stevenson and 1 More Gig is on the camp. Number 142, Bianca Moorhead's Consequence is at the gate. 43 will be Scott Beaumont, 44 Jim Freeman, 45 Anna Hoy, 46 Cameron Jones. Cutout score of 20 for Drew Stevenson and 1 More Gig, 20 points for cutout. Bianca Moorhead and Consequence are on the camp. Number 143, Scott Beaumont and Icon are at the gate. 44 will be Jim Freeman, 45 Anna Hoy, 46 Cameron Jones, 47 Carl Green and 148 is Penny McIntosh. Bad luck, Bianca. We get a no score for Bianca Moorhead and Consequence. No score. Scott Beaumont and Icon will be next to work on camp. 144, Jim Freeman and Taylor moves to the gate. 45 will be Anna Hoy. 46, Cameron Jones. 47 is Carl Green. 48, Penny McIntosh. And 149 is Will Durkin. Score for Scott Beaumont, riding Icon, 20 points for cutout, 62 for horsework, 4 for the course for a total of 86. 20, 62 and 4, 86 points for Scott Beaumont and Icon. Jim Freeman and Taylor are working outside. 145, Anna Hoy and Acres of Romance moves on to the camp. We get a cutout score of 16 for Jim Freeman and Taylor. 16 points for cutout. And Ahoy and Acres of Romance are on camp. Number 146, Cameron Jones and Jatspard Blackjack is at the gate. 47 will be Carl Green, 48 Penny McIntosh, 49 is Will Durkin, 50's out, 51 Mark Tonkin and 152 is Terry Hall. Bad luck, Anna. We get a no score for Anahoy and Acres of Romance. No score. Cameron Jones and Jatspar Blackjack will be next on to the camp. Number 147, Carl Green and Bushy is at the gate. 48 will be Penny McIntosh. 49, Will Durkin. 50's out. 51, Mark Tonkin. 52, Terry Hall. 53, Jack Gallagher. And 154 is Sam Newsom. Cutout score of 20 for Cameron Jones and Jatspar Blackjack, 20 points for cutout. On camp, Carl Green riding Bushy. $1.48 Penny McIntosh and Royal Crown Whisky is at the gate. 49 will be Will Durkin, 50's out, 51 Mark Tonkin, 52 Terry Hall, 53 Jack Gallagher and 54 is Sam Newsom. Score for Carl Green, riding Bushy, 23 points for cutout, 63 for horsework, 4 for the course for a total of 90. 23, 63 and 4, 90 points for Carl Green and Bushy. On camp, Penny McIntosh and Royal Crown Whisky. Number 149, Will Durkin and Hazelwood Cold Power is at the gate. 50's a scratch-in, 51 Mark Tonkin, 52 Terry Hall, 53 Jack Gallagher and 54 is Sam Newsom. Cutout score of 22 for Penny McIntosh and Royal Crown Whisky, 22 points for cutout. On camp, Will Durkin and Hazelwood Cold Power will have a change of yard following Will. The next fill is the full change. Next fill will be full change, and that's following Will. 150's a scratch-in, so following Will's run will be the change of yard. 151 Mark Tonkin and More Chisholm at the gate will get the fresh yard. 52 is Terry Hall, 53 Jack Gallagher, 54 Sam Newsom and 55 is Kate Southern. We get a fresh yard now, please. Change the yard now. Score for Will Durkin and Hazelwood Cold Power, 22 points for cutout, 62 for horsework, 4 for the course for a total of 88. 22, 62 and 4, 88 points for Will Durkin and Hazelwood Cold Power. Just got the change of yard. Mark Tonkin and More Chisholm will be next to work on camp. 152 Terry Hall and Hazelwood Composer is at the gate. 53 will be Jack Gallagher, 54 Sam Newsom, 55 Kate Southern and 56 is Charlie McKinnon. The canteen is up and running. If anyone's looking for hot food, bacon and eggs, any hot food, some sausages etc. over there, the canteen is open. It is up and running. Plenty of food available over at the canteen. There is a car that needs to be moved over near the loading ramp. A silver Pajero, I think, a silver car that needs moving down near the trucking area, please. Need to get trucks in and out there. There is a car, silver Pajero, that needs moving, please. Cutout score of 22 for Mark Tonkin and More Chisholm, 22 points for cutout. On camp, Terry Hall riding Hazelwood Composer. Number 153, Jack Gallagher and Expel is at the gate. 54 will be Sam Newsom, 55 Kate Southern, 56 Charlie McKinnon, 57 Todd Hammond and 158 is Jack Mann. Just like to say a very big thank you to our cattle donors, Andrew and Hannah Coddington. Very big thank you to the Coddington family kindly loaning the cattle that are being used here in this open first round this morning. Score for Terry Hall and Hazelwood Composer, 22 points for cutout, 63 for horsework, 4 for the course for a total of 89. 22, 63 and 4, 89 points for Terry Hall and Hazelwood Composer. Jack Gallagher's Expel is on camp. 154 Sam Newsom and Norma is at the gate. 55 will be Kate Southern. 56 Charlie McKinnon. 57 Todd Hammond. 58 Jack Mann. 59 Andrew Burns and 160 is Mitchell Hoy. We do require a new camp gate opener, please. If someone's able to jump on the front of the camp for us, please. We do require a new camp gate opener, please. Score for Jack Gallagher, riding Expel, 21 points for cutout, 62 for horsework, 4 for the course for a total of 87. 21, 62 and 4, 87 points for Jack Gallagher and Expel. On camp, Sam Newsom riding Norma. 155 Kate Southern and She's a Blue Badger is at the gate. 56 is Charlie McKinnon, 57 Todd Hammond, 58 Jack Mann, 59 is Andrew Burns. Cutout score of 21 for Sam Newsom and Norma, 21 points for cutout. On camp, Kate Southern and She's a Blue Badger. Number 156, Charlie McKinnon and Joe is at the gate. 57 will be Todd Hammond. 58, Jack Mann. 59, Andrew Burns. 60, Mitchell Hoy. 61, Tony Mankins. And 162 is Lockie Argue. Score for Kate Southern and She's a Blue Badger, 22 points for cutout. 58 for horsework, 3 for the course for a total of 83. 22, 58 and 3, 83 points for Kate Southern, and she's a Blue Badger. Get a cutout score of 22 for Charlie McKinnon and Joe. 22 points for cutout. On camp, Todd Hammond riding Moonchild. Number 158, Jack Mann and Metallic Chief is at the gate. Jack Mann will be next in. 59 man Andrew Burns, 60 Mitchell Hoy, 61 Tony Mankins and 62 Lockie Argue. Score for Todd Hammond and Moonchild, 21 points for cutout, 59 for horsework, 3 for the course for a total of 83. 21, 59 and 3, 83 points for Todd Hammond and Moonchild. Jack Mann and Metallic Chief is working on camp. Andrew Burns, Miss Brigham Freck is at the gate. Then we'll have 160 Mitchell Hoy, 61 Tony Mankins and 62 Lockie Argue. Of course, the second round of the Open will be held this afternoon, and then there will be a Calcutta on the Open final at the bar tonight. Before that Calcutta, there will be an auction for a Yeti Esky, a wheeled hard cooler. Red Yeti Esky holds 50 cans. That will also be auctioned off tonight before that Calcutta. There will be an auction for a Yeti Esky tonight before the Open final Calcutta. We had a cutout score of 22 for Jack Mann and Metallic Chief, 22 points for cutout. Andrew Burns and Miss Brigham Freck is working outside. Number 160, Mitchell Hoy and More Hope moves on to the camp. 61, Tony Mankins and Cahoots Easy Beat is at the gate. We'll have a cutout score of 21 for Andrew Burns and Miss Brigham Freck, 21 points for cutout. Mitchell Hoy and More Hope are on camp. Tony Mankins, Cahoots Easy Beat is at the gate. Then we'll have 162, Lockie Argue. 63 is a scratch in. 64 is Brent O'Donnell. 65, Norm Stagg. 66, Jack Morris. 67, Daniel Imsirovic. And 68 is Rory Newsom. Cutout score of 21 for Mitchell Hoy and More Hope. 21 points for cutout. On camp, Tony Mankin riding Cahoots Easy Beat. 162 Lockie argues Slim Shady is at the gate. 63 is a scratching. 64 Brent O'Donnell. 65 Norm Stagg and 66 is Jack Morris. Bad luck, Tony. We get a no score for Tony Mankins and Cahoots Easy Beat. No score. Lockie Argue and Slim Shady are on camp. 163 is a scratching next, so we've got the two to come in, but we'll take one out, please. We've got a scratching next. Cutout score of 16 for Lockie Argue and Slim Shady. 16 points for cutout. Had a scratch in at 163, just taking one out. We've got the two to come in. On camp, we've got 164 Brent O'Donnell and Sunman. 165 Norm Stagg and Tapioca is at the gate. 66 will be Jack Morris, 67 Daniel Imsirovic, 68 Rory Newsom, 69 Brooks Dower, 70 Campbell Martin. Cutout score of 15 for Brent O'Donnell and Sunman, 15 points for cutout. On camp, we have Norm Stagg with Tapioca. Number 166, Jack Morris and Housekeeper's Playmate is at the gate. 67 is Daniel Imsirovic, 68 Rory Newsom, 69 Brooks Stower, and 170 is Campbell Martin. Just like to let all competitors know that there are sunglass holders down at the office for everybody. If you'd like to swing by at some time, you can grab a pair of sunglass holders, kindly donated by Brennan and Smith Optometrists. Very big thank you to Brennan and Smith Optometrists for their sponsorship. There is some sunglass holders for everybody downstairs at the office if all competitors would like to swing by sometime and pick a set up. Cutout score of 22 for Norm Stagg and Tapioca, 22 points for cutout. Jack Morris and Housekeeper's Playmate is on camp. 167 Daniel Imsirovich and Razor is at the gate. 68 will be Rory Newsom, 69 Brooks Dower, 70 Campbell Martin, 71 James Moorhead and 172 is Megan McIntosh. Score for Jack Morris and Housekeeper's Playmate, 21 points for cutout, 61 for Horsework, 4 for the course for a total of 86. 21, 61 and 4, 86 points for Jack Morris and Housekeeper's Playmate. Daniel Imsirovich and Razor are on camp. Daniel Imsirovich and Razor now working outside. Rory Newsom and Favourite moves on to the camp, and 169 Brooks Dower with Adios Snip is at the gate. Score for Daniel Imsirovich and Razor is 22 points for cutout, 62 for Horsework, 4 for the course for a total of 88. 22, 62 and 4 for 88 for Daniel Imsirovich and Razor. We get a cutout score of 16 for Rory Newsom and Favourite, 16 points for cutout. On camp, Brooks Dower riding Adios Snip. Number 170, Campbell Martin and Drayton's Sicario is at the gate. 71 will be James Moorhead, 72 Megan McIntosh, 73 Stephen Kelly, 74 Paul Keating and 175 is Kevin Davidson. Score for Brooke Stower and Adios Snip, 21 points for cutout, 58 for horsework, 3 for the course for a total of 82. 21, 58 and 3, 82 points for Brooke Stower and Adios Snip. On camp, Campbell Martin and Drayton's Sicario. Number 171, James Moorhead and Style and Blues is at the gate. 72 will be Megan McIntosh. 73, Stephen Kelly. 74, Paul Keating. 75, Kevin Davidson. And 76 is Ben Hall. Cutout score of 21 for James Moorhead and Style. 16. 16 for Campbell Martin and Drayton's Sicario. 16 points for cutout. James Moorhead and Style and Blues is on the camp. Number 172, Megan McIntosh and Carrigan's Fitz is at the gate. Stephen Kelly's Hell Raisin Spin is at 173, 74 Paul Keating, 75 Kevin Davidson and 76 Ben Hall. Score for James Moorhead and Style and Blues, 23 points for cutout, 62 for horsework, 4 for the course for a total of 89. 23, 62 and 4, 89 points for James Moorhead and Style and Blues. Megan McIntosh and Goldie are working on camp. Number 173, Stephen Kelly and Merlin is at the gate. 74 will be Paul Keating, 75 Kevin Davidson and 76 is Ben Hall. We do have 6 competitors on the top cutout of 23 now. The winner of the cutout receives a Yeti and an entry fee to the All-Stars Epic Campdraft cutout. Cutout is sponsored by Brennan and Smith Optometrists. We do have 6 competitors on the top cutout score of 23 at this stage, so I believe that will be drawn from a hat. The winner of the cutout will be drawn from a hat with our 623s at this stage if it's not betted. Score for Megan McIntosh riding Goldie, 17 points for cutout, 61 for horsework, 4 for the course for a total of 82. 17, 61 and 4, 82 points for Megan McIntosh and Goldie. Stephen Kelly and Hell Raisin Spin is on camp. Number 174, Paul Keating and True Image is at the gate. We've got 2 to run and then a change of yard. 2 competitors to run and then we get the full change. The next fill will be a full change. 175, Kevin Davidson and Grace will get the fresh yard. Score for Stephen Kelly and Hell Raisin Spin, 21 points for cutout, 62 for horsework, 4 for the course for a total of 87. 21, 62 and 4, 87 points for Stephen Kelly and Hell Raisin Spin. On camp, Paul Keating with True Image. Number 175, Kevin Davidson and Grace is at the gate. We'll get a change of yard for Kevin. Fresh yard following Paul on camp. We'll get the change now. Cutout score of 21 for Paul Keating and a True Image, 21 points for cutout. Just getting the change of yard. Fresh yard. On camp we have competitor 175, Kevin Davidson riding at Davidson's Grace. Number 176, Ben Hall and Hall's Amarillo moves to the gate. 77 will be Brent Smythe, 78 Cal Gibson, 79 Dan Maloney, 80 is a scratching, 81 Vic Pennyfather and 182 is Dean Clark. Currently running the first round of the Epic Horse Sales sponsored Open Campdraft. $20,000 3-round open being run here this morning. Very big thank you to the Epic Horse Sale for their sponsorship. The winner will receive an entry fee to the Epic Open Camp Draft. They'll also receive a garland kindly donated by Barragillo Farming. Very big thank you to Barragillo Farming for their support of the Open Camp Draft here at Armidale. Armidale Camp Draft Club's 50th anniversary. Celebrating 50 years of the Armidale Camp Draft here this year. Very big thank you to our sponsors and donors. Thank you to our cattle donors, the Coddington family, Andrew and Hannah Coddington and family, kindly loaning the cattle being used here this morning, and our judge, Mr. Dan Condon. Goes down to 249 in the draw. There's 249 competitors in this open first round. It'll be followed by the Maiden A Camp Draft, then the Maiden A Final, and the Open Round 2. Round 2 of the Open will be run this afternoon, and there will be a Calcutta on the Open Final at the bar tonight. Just before that Calcutta, there will be an auction for a Yeti Esky. Red Esky wheeled hard cooler. Holds 50 cans. It's valued at $500. That will be auctioned off just before tonight's Calcutta. Cutout score of 22 for Kevin Davidson and Grace, 22 points for cutout. On camp, Ben Hall riding Hall's Amarillo. Number 177, Brent Smythe and Scandal is at the gate. 78 will be Cal Gibson, 79 Dan Maloney, 80's out, 81 Vic Pennyfather, 82 is Dean Clark, 83 Jack Southern and 84 Will Durkin. Score for Ben Hall and Emerio, 16 points for cutout, 60, 6-0 for horsework, 4 for the course for a total of 80. 16, 60 and 4, 80 points for Ben Hall and Hall's Emerio. On camp, Brent Smythe riding Scandal, 178 Cal Gibson and Gibbs Touchy Cat is at the gate. 79 will be Dan Maloney, 80's a scratching, 81 Vic Pennyfather and 182 is Dean Clark. Can I please ask that all competitors requiring any changes for the maiden A that you please do so ASAP? Any changes that do need to be made for that maiden A camp draft need to be done as soon as possible, please. If there are any last minute changes for the maiden A, that needs to be done now, please. Score for Brent Smythe and Scandal, 15 points for cutout, 62 for horsework, 4 for the course for a total of 81. 15, 62 and 4, 81 points for Brent Smythe and Scandal. On camp, Cal Gibson riding Gibbs Touchy Cat. Number 179, Dan Maloney and Ruby is at the gate. 180 is a scratching. 181 will be Vic Pennyfather. 82, Dean Clark. 83, Jack Southern. 84, Will Durkin. And 185 is Ben Trainer. We will just run two competitors to run, and then we'll bring the cattle back from the other side of the ring, please. If we could start getting a couple of people can start getting those ready. Bad luck, Cal. We get a no score for Cal Gibson and Gibbs Touchy Cat. No score. Dan Maloney and Ruby are next to work on camp. Following Dan's run, we'll bring the cattle back from the other side of the ring, please. We will bring those cattle back over at 180. 180 is a scratch in. 181, Vic Pennyfather's Maxi is at the gate. 82 will be Dean Clark. 83, Jack Southern. And 84 is Will Durkin. Is just a change to Ben Hall's score there at 176. He had 16, 59 for horsework and 3 for the course for a total of 78 for Ben Hall and Amarillo. Bad luck, Dan. We get a no score for Dan Maloney and Ruby. We have got a scratching at 180 also. If we can take 2 out, please. If we take 2 out and then 2 in for 181, Vic Pennyfather and Maxi. And we'll bring the cattle back from the other side of the ring, please. Just walking those cattle back from the other side of the ring. Moving on to the camp, we have 181 Vic Pennyfather riding Maxi. 182 Dean Clark's Sizzle will be at the gate. 83 is Jack Southern. 84 Will Durkin. 85 Ben Trainer. 86 is Wayne Bean. 87 Simon Newton. 88 Mark Jones. And 189 will be Austin Elias. We are back underway with round one of the Open Camp Draft. 181 Vic Pennyfather and Maxi is on camp. 182 Dean Clark's Sizzle is at the gate. The Armidale Camp Draft Club are also selling 50th anniversary caps at the office. You've seen a few of the committee wearing them. Very nice looking caps. They are for sale down at the office for $35. That's the Armidale Camp Draft Club 50th anniversary caps for sale down at the office. Bad luck, Vic. We get a no score for Vic Pennyfather and Maxi. No score. Next on camp will be Dean Clark riding Sizzle. Number 183, Jack Southern and Razor Boonsmill will move to the gate. 84 is Will Durkin, 85 Ben Trainer, 86 Wayne Bean and 187 is Simon Newton. So we should have Jack Southern on camp now. Jack Southern should be moving in onto the camp. Had a cutout score of 16 for Dean Clark and Springshaw Sizzle, 16 points for cutout. Jack Southern and Ray's Burnsmall moves on to the camp. 184 Will Durkin and Cantor Park Guardian is at the gate. 85 will be Ben Traynor, 86 Wayne Bean, 87 Simon Newton and 88 is Mark Jones. Cutout score of 21 for Jack Southern and Razor Boonsmall, 21 points for cutout. On camp, Will Durkin with Cantor Park Guardian. Number 185, Ben Traynor and 666 is at the gate. 86 is Wayne Bean, 87 Simon Newton, 88 Mark Jones, 89 Austin Elias and 190 is Ben Rossiter. Score for Will Durkin and Cantor Park Guardian, 20 points for cutout, 63 for horsework, 4 for the course for a total of 87. 20, 63 and 4, 87 points for Will Durkin and Cantor Park Guardian. On camp, Ben Traynor with 666. Number 186, Wayne Bean and Expected Lace is at the gate. 87 will be Simon Newton, 88 Mark Jones, 89 Austin Elias, 90 Ben Rossiter, 91 Cameron Martin and 192 is Archie Davidson. Cutout score of 22 for Ben Traynor and 666, 22 points for cutout. Wayne Bean and Expected Lace is on camp. Number 187, Simon Newton and Via Condeos is at the gate. 88 will be Mark Jones, 89 Austin Elias, 90 Ben Rossiter, 91 Cameron Martin, 92 Archie Davidson, 93 Jesse Reed, 94 Brendan Holland and 95 John McDonald. Score for Wayne Bean and Expected Lace, 16 points for Cutout, 61 for Horsework, 4 for the course for a total of 81. 16, 61 and 4, 81 points for Wayne Bean and Expected Lace. On camp, Simon Newton riding Via Condeos. Number 188, Mark Jones and CKJ Sophistication is at the gate. 89 will be Austin Elias. 90 Ben Rossiter, 91 Cameron Martin and 192 Archie Davidson. Cutout score of 22 for Simon Newton and Via Condeos, 22 points for Cutout. On camp, Mark Jones with Sophistication. Number 189, Austin Elias and Hunter View, a spin-in class is at the gate. 90 will be Ben Rossiter, 91 Cameron Martin, 92 Archie Davidson, 93 Jesse Reed and 94 Brendan Holland. Cutout score of 16 for Mark Jones and Sophistication, 16 points for Cutout. Austin Elias and spinning class is on camp. Number 190, Ben Rossiter and Kemosabe is at the gate. 91 will be Cameron Martin, 92 Archie Davidson, 93 Jesse Reid and 94 is Brendan Holland. Score for Austin Elias in Hunter View spinning class, 21 points for cutout, 63 for horsework, 4 for the course for a total of 88. 21, 63 and 4, 88 points for Austin Elias in spinning class. On camp, Ben Rossiter and Kima Sabi. Number 191, Cameron Martin and Fancy is at the gate. 92 will be Archie Davidson, 93 Jesse Reid, 94 Brendan Holland, 95 John O'Macdonald and 196 is Ryan Dillon. Cutout score of 22 for Ben Rossiter and Keem Asabi, 22 points for cutout. On camp, Cameron Martin riding Fancy. Number 192, Archie Davidson and Davidson's Crownie is at the gate. 93 will be Jesse Reid, 94 Brendan Holland, 95 John McDonald, 96 Ryan Dillon, 97 is Peter Grills and 98 will be Jody Warren. Score for Cameron Martin riding Fancy, 22 points for cutout, 60, 6-0 for horsework, 4 for the course for a total of 86. 22, 60 and 4, 86 points for Cameron Martin and Fancy. On camp, Archie Davidson riding Crownie. Number 193, Jesse Reid and Crystal Park, Julian Banjos is at the gate. 194 will be Brendan Holland, 95 John McDonald, 96 Ryan Dillon, 97 Peter Grills and 198 is Jody Warren. Cutout score of 21 for Archie Davidson and Crowney, 21 points for cutout. Jesse Reid and Julian Banjos is on camp. 194, Brendan Holland and Sunny Mia Vendetta will be at the gate. 95 is Jono McDonald, 96 Ryan Dillon. 97 is Peter Grills, 98 Jodie Warren, 99 Carolyn Burns and number 200 is Ben Newbury. Cutout score of 22 for Jesse Reid and Crystal Park Julian Banjos, 22 points for cutout. On camp, Brandon Holland riding Sunny Mia Vendetta. Number 195, Jono McDonald and Redleaf Jazz is at the gate. 96 is Ryan Dillon. 97 Peter Grills, 98 Jodie Warren and 199 Carolyn Burns. Cutout score of 21 for Brendan Holland and Vendetta, 21 points for cutout. John McDonald and Jazz are on camp. Number 196 Ryan Dillon and Original Sin is at the gate. 97 will be Peter Grills, 98 Jodie Warren, 99 Carolyn Burns, 200 Ben Newbury and 201 Carl Green. Cutout score of 16 for John McDonald and Redleaf Jazz, 16 points for cutout. On camp, Ryan Dillon riding Original Sin. Number 197, Peter Grills and Traveller is at the gate. 98 will be Jodie Warren, 99 Carolyn Burns, 200 Ben Newbury, 201 Carl Green. Cutout score of 22 for Ryan Dillon and Original Sin, 22 points for cutout. On camp, Peter Grills riding Traveller. Number 198, Jody Warren and Spider-Man is at the gate. 99 is Carolyn Burns and 200, Ben Newbury. Score for Peter Grills riding Traveller, 22 points for cutout, 59 for horsework, 4 for the course for a total of 85. 22, 59 and 4, 85 points for Peter Grills and Traveller. Jody Warren and Spider-Man are on camp. Number 199, Carolyn Burns and Lady Di is at the gate. Number 200 will be Ben Newbury. 201, Carl Green. 202, Penny McIntosh. 203, Tom Matheson. And 204 is Ryan Hinton. Bad luck, Jody. We get a no score for Jody Warren and Spider-Man. No score. Carolyn Burns and Lady Di moves on to the camp. Number 200, Ben Newbury and Yarrawa Noon Rider is at the gate. We'll get a change of yard following Ben. So we've got 2 competitors to run, then the change of yard. Fresh yard for 201, Carl Green. 202 is Penny McIntosh. 3, Tom Matheson. 4, Ryan Hinton. 5, Tony Menkins. And 206 is Anne Fraser. Score for Carolyn Burns and Lady Di, 22 points for cutout, 62 for horsework, 4 for the course for a total of 88. 22, 62 and 4 for 88 points, Carolyn Burns and Lady Di. Ben Newbury and Noon Rider are on camp. We'll have a change of yard following Ben. Fresh yard for number 201, Carl Green riding Homeboy at the gate. 202 is Penny McIntosh, 3 Tom Matheson, 4 Ryan Hinton, and 205 is Tony Mankins. Score for Ben Newbury and Yarrawat Noon Rider, 16 points for cutout, 60, 60 for horsework, 4 for the course for a total of 80. 16, 60 and 4, 80 points for Ben Newbury and Yarrawat Noon Rider. Just had the change of yard. On camp we have competitor number 201, Carl Green riding Homeboy. 202 Penny McIntosh and Hazelwood Co-Pilot is at the gate. 3 will be Tom Matheson. 4 Ryan Hinton, 5 Tony Mankins, 6 Anne Fraser, 7's out, and 208 is Jack Grady. Currently running first round of the Epic Horse Sale sponsored Open Campdraft goes down to 249 in the draw. About 50 competitors left to run. Epic Horse Sale sponsored Open Camp Draft Round 1. Winner of this Camp Draft will receive a garland kindly donated by Burragillo Farming and an entry fee to the Epic Open Camp Draft. Round 2 will be run later on this afternoon. There will be a Calcutta on the Open Final at the bar tonight. Once again, I'd just like to thank our cattle donors, Andrew and Hannah Coddington. A very big thank you to the Coddington family, kindly loaning cattle being used in this Open Camp Draft this morning. Cutout score of 22 for Carl Green and Homeboy, 22 points for cutout. On camp, Penny McIntosh riding Hazelwood Co-Pilot. Number 203, Tom Matheson's Conspiracy is at the gate. 204 will be Ryan Hinton, 5 Tony Mencken, 6 Sam Fraser, 7's out, 8 Jack Grady, 9 Sally Stevenson, and 210 is Jack Black. There is a top cutout prize in this Open Camp Draft also. Winner of the cutout will receive a Yeti and an entry fee to the All Stars Epic Camp Draft cutout. That top cutout prize is sponsored by Brennan and Smith Optometrists. Very big thank you to Brennan and Smith Optometrists for their sponsorship and also supplying some sunglass holders for every competitor. If you'd like a pair of sunglass holders, they are down at the office for each competitor to collect. Please swing by the office when you've got a moment to collect your pair of sunglasses holders. Cutout score of 16 for Penny McIntosh and Hazelwood co-pilot, 16 points for cutout. On camp, Tom Matheson riding Conspiracy. Number 204, Ryan Hinton and Dave is at the gate. 5 will be Tony Menkins, 6 Anne Fraser, 7's out, 8 Jack Grady, 9 Sally Stevenson and 210 is Jack Black. Cutout score of 16 for Tom Matheson and Conspiracy, 16 points for cutout. Ryan Hinton and Dave is on camp. Number 205, Tony Mankins and Carissa is at the gate. 6 will be Anne Fraser, 7's a scratch in, 8 Jack Grady, 9 Sally Stevenson, 10 Jack Black, 11 Dean Jones and 212 is Jono Battle. Cutout score of 21 for Ryan Hinton and Dave, 21 points for cutout. Tony Menkins and Hazelwood Carissa are on the camp. Number 206, Anne Fraser and Fraser's Starlight is at the gate. 7's a scratch in, 8 Jack Grady, 9 Sally Stevenson, 10 Jack Black. 11 will be Dean Jones, 212 Jono Battle. Bad luck, Tony. We get a no score for Tony Menkins and Hazelwood Carissa. No score. Next on to the camp will be Anne Fraser with Fraser's Starlight. Number 208, Jack Grady and Impact will be at the gate. 9 is Sally Stevenson, 10 Jack Black, 11 Dean Jones, 12 John O'Battle, 13 Megan McIntosh. We've got a scratching now, so we'll have to take one out, please. The 2 can come in still, but we'll have 1 out, 2 in. Had a cutout score of 21 there for Anne Fraser and Starlight. 21 points for cutout. There's a scratching there at 207, so we'll take 1 out. The 2 will come in. We have 208 Jack Grady and Impact on camp. 209 Sally Stevenson and Al Capone is at the gate. 210 is Jack Black, 11 Dean Jones, 12 John O'Battle, 13 Megan McIntosh, and 214 is Tim McCarthy. Cutout score of 20 for Jack Grady and Impact, 20 points for cutout. On camp, Sally Stevenson riding Al Capone. Number 210, Jack Black and Tony is at the gate. 11 will be Dean Jones, 12 John O'Battle, 13 Megan McIntosh, 14 Tim McCarthy. Cutout score of 22 for Sally Stevenson and Al Capone, 22 points for cutout. Bad luck, Jack. We get a no score for Jack Black and Tony. No score. Next on camp is Dean Jones riding Wild Bill. Number 212, John O'Battle and Royal Grouse is at the gate. 13 will be Megan McIntosh. 14, Tim McCarthy. 15, Pat Shanahan. And 216 is Trinity McInnes. Score for Dean Jones riding Wild Bill, 21 points for cutout, 66 over horsework and 4 for the course for a total of 85. 85 points for Dean Jones and Wild Bill. On camp now, John O'Battle riding Royal Grouse. Number 213, Megan McIntosh and Romantic Cat to the gate. 214, Tim McCarthy. 15, Patrick Shanahan. And 216, Trinity McInnes. Cutout score of 22 for John O'Battle and Royal Grouse. 22 points for cutout. On camp, Megan McIntosh riding Romantic Cat. Number 214, Tim McCarthy and Sterling to the gate. 215, Patrick Shanahan. 216, Trinity McInnes. 217, Will Durkin. And 218, Ben Hall. Score for Megan McIntosh, riding Romantic Cat, 22 points for cutout, 61 for horsework and 4 for the course, for a total of 87. 87 points for Megan McIntosh and Romantic Cat. Cutout score of 22 for Tim McCarthy, riding Sterling, 22 points for cutout. On camp, Patrick Shanahan, riding Bobby's Roni. Number 216, Trinity McGuinness and Binia Stella to the gate. 217, Will Durkin, 18, Ben Hall, and 219, Wally Ray. Score for Patrick Shanahan, riding Bobby's Roni, 22 points for cutout, 61 for horsework and 4 for the course, for a total of 87. 87 points for Patrick Shanahan and Bobby's Roni. On camp, Trinity McGuinness, riding Binia Stella. Number 217, Will Durkin and Durkin's Jewel to the gate. 18, Ben Hall, 19, Wally Ray, and 220, Olivia McCallum. Cutout score of 20 for Trinity McGuinness and Binia Stella, 20 points for cutout. On camp, Will Durkin, riding Durkin's Jewel. Number 218, Ben Hall and Hall's El Torrio to the gate. 19, Wally Ray. 220, Olivia McCallum. 221, Chloe Kerr. And 222, Dean Warren. Bad luck, Will. No score for Will Durkin and Durkin's Jewel. Moving on to the camp, Ben Hall, riding Hall's El Torrio. Number 219, Wally Ray and Puberty Blues to the gate. 220, Olivia McCallum. 21, Chloe Kerr. 22, Dean Warren. And 223, Jared Johnson. Score for Ben Hall on Hall's El Torrio, 21 points for cutout, 63 for horsework and 4 for the course, for a total of 88. 88 points for Ben Hall and Hall's El Torrio. On camp, Wally Ray riding Puberty Blues. Number 220, Olivia McCallum and Westlake Winston to the gate. 221, Chloe Kerr. 22, Dean Warren. 23, Jared Johnson. And 224, Rachel McMore. Cutout score of 22 for Wally Ray and Puberty Blues, 22 points for cutout. On camp, Olivia McCallum riding Westlake Winston. Number 221, Chloe Kerr and Spook to the gate. 222, Dean Warren. 23, Jared Johnson. 224, Rachel McMore. And 225, Alice Hill. Cutout score of 22 for Olivia McCallum and Westlake Winston, 22 points for cutout. She needs a full yard. Needs 3 there. On camp is Chloe Kerr riding Spook. Number 222, Dean Warren and Wonder Woman to the gate.
We're going to cut these cattle out, Pete. This is a set. We'll cut these out before we change onto the fresh mob, please.
223, Jared Johnson. 24, Rachel McMore. And 225, Alice Hill. Bad luck, Chloe. No score for Chloe Kerr and Spook. Next onto the camp will be Dean Warren riding Wonder Woman. Number 223, Jared Johnson and Moran. Shake, Rattle and Roll to the gate. 224, Rachel McMore. 225, Alice Hill. Dean Warren and Wonder Woman working outside. Jared Johnson, Moran and Shake, Rattle and Roll move on to the camp. Score for Dean Warren and Wonder Woman, 21 points for cutout, 61 for horsework and 4 for the course, for a total of 86. 86 points for Dean Warren, riding Wonder Woman. On camp is Jared Johnson, Moran, riding Shake, Rattle and Roll. Number 224, Rachel McMore and Barmac Goldie to the gate. Then we'll have a change of yard. 2 left to run. Then we'll have a full change. Run these 2, then full change at 225, Alice Hill on Serena. 226, Harrison Kelly. 27, Camilla Tonkin and 228, Ted Fogarty. Cutout score of 20 for Jared Johnson, Moran and Shake, Rattle and Roll. 20 points for cutout. On camp, Rachel McMore riding Barmac Goldie. We'll have a change of yard after Rachel. Number 225, Alice Hill and Serena are at the gate. 26, Harrison Kelly. 227, Camilla Tonkin. Bad luck, Rach. No score for Rachel McMore and Barmac Goldie. Clear that beast. And we'll change the yard for number 225, Alice Hill riding Serena. 226, Harrison Kelly and Pandora to the gate. 27, Camilla Tonkin. 28, Ted Fogarty. 29, Link McCarthy. And 230, Jess Wickham. Currently running first round of the Open Campdraft. Thank you to Epic Horse Sale and Campdraft for sponsoring this open draft. Run over 3 rounds. Cattle kindly on loan from Andrew and Hannah Coddington and family. Our judge is Mr. Dan Condon. Second round will be run later on this afternoon. Then we'll have a Calcutta on the final tonight at the bar. There's a cutout prize on this draft as well, a Yeti and an entry fee to the All Stars Epic Camp Draft cutout. That's sponsored by Brennan and Smith Optometrists. And the winner of the draft will receive a garland donated by Burragillo Farming and 1 entry fee to the Epic Open Camp Draft. Had a cutout score of 22 there for Alice Hill riding Serena, 22 points for cutout. On camp, Harrison Kelly riding Pandora. Number 227, Camilla Tonkin and Nemo to the gate. 28, Ted Fogarty. 29, Link McCarthy. And 230, Jess Wickham. Cutout score 21 for Harrison Kelly riding Pandora, 21 points for cutout. On camp, Camilla Tonkin riding Nemo. Number 228, Ted Fogarty and Tiller's Tune to the gate. 229, Link McCarthy. 30, Jess Wickham. 31's The Scratching, and 232 will be Todd Hammond. Had a cutout score of 20 for Camilla Tonkin, riding Nemo, 20 points for cutout. On camp, Ted Fogarty, riding Tiller's Tune. Number 229, Link McCarthy and Sally to the gate. 230, Jess Wickham, one's out. 232, Todd Hammond, and 233, Kate Jones. Bad luck, Ted. No score for Ted Fogarty and Tiller's Tune. On the camp, Link McCarthy, riding Sally. Number 230, Jess Wickham and Ruby to the gate. 31's a scratching. 232, Todd Hammond. 33, Kate Jones. And 234, Jack Mann. Link McCarthy and Sally working outside. Jessica Wickham and Ruby moves on to the camp. Number 232, Todd Hammond and Rebel Child to the gate. Get a cutout score of 21 there for Link McCarthy, riding Sally. 21 points for cutout. We've got a scratch in here. Need to take one out for a scratch in here. Scratching here before Todd. Had a cutout score of 22 there for Jess Wickham riding Ruby, 22 points for cutout. Just getting one out here for a scratching. Next up will be Todd Hammond riding Rebel Child. He comes in at number 232. 233, Kate Jones and One Gum Exotic at the gate. 234, Jack Mann. 35, Sam Newsom. And 236, Brock Hamilton. Cutout score of 21 for Todd Hammond riding Rebel Child, 21 points for cutout. On camp, Kate Jones riding One Gum Exotic. Number 234, Jack Mann and Crystal to the gate. 235, Sam Newsom. 36, Brock Hamilton. And 237, Kate Southern. About 15 competitors remaining in the first round of this open draft. 15 competitors remaining. Then we will work the arena. Cutout score of 21 for Kate Jones riding One Gum Exotic. 21 points for cutout. Have a look at that cutout, see how many we've got to run that off. That will be at the completion of the first round of this open. Drag and water the arena before we go on with the first round of the maiden A draft. Cutout score 22 for Jack Mann riding Crystal, 22 points for cutout. On camp, Sam Newsom riding Layla Moore. Number 236, Brock Hamilton and G-Dub Jane to the gate. 237, Kate Southern. 38, Jimmy Matheson. And 239, Lee Trainer. We do currently have 6 competitors on a 23 yard, so that will be drawn out of a hat. If we don't better that, those competitors with the 23 yard, that will be drawn from a hat, won't be run off. Bad luck, Sam. No score for Sam Newsom and Layla Moore. Next on to the camp will be Brock Hamilton, riding G-Dub Jane. Number 237, Kate Southern and Ali Flotus to the gate. 38, Jimmy Matheson. 39, Lee Trainer. And 240, Jack Gallagher. Score for Brock Hamilton, riding G-Dub Jane. 21 points for cutout, 60, 6-0 for horsework and 4 for the course, for a total of 85. 85 points for Brock Hamilton and G-Dub Jane. On camp, Kate Southern, riding Ali Flotus. Number 238, Jimmy Matheson and Conscience to the gate. 239, Lee Trainer. 240, Jack Gallagher. Cutout score of 22 for Kate Southern and Ali Flotus. 22 points for cutout. On camp, Jimmy Matheson, riding Conscience. Number 239, Lee Trainer and Bullseye Banjo to the gate. 240, Jack Gallagher. 241, Jack Southern. And 242, Lockie Argue. Bad luck there, Jimmy. Jimmy Matheson and Conscience go out with a cutout score of 21. On the camp now is Lee Trainer riding Bullseye Banjo. Number 240, Jack Gallagher and Sherlock to the gate. 241, Jack Southern. 42, Lockie Argue. And 243, Leslie Apps. Cutout score of 21 for Lee Trainer and Bullseye Banjo. 21 points for cutout. On camp, Jack Gallagher riding Sherlock. Number 241, Jack Southern and Sooty to the gate. 242, Lockie Argue. 43, Leslie Apps. And 244, Mitchell Hoy. Score for Jack Gallagher riding Sherlock. 21 points for cutout, 61 for horsework and 4 for the course, for a total of 86. 86 points for Jack Gallagher riding Sherlock. On camp, Jack Southern riding Sooty. Number 242, Lockie Argue and Toonga Koryong to the gate. 243, Leslie Apps. 244, Mitchell Hoy. And 245, Campbell Martin. Got that score of 16 for Jack Southern, riding Sooty, 16 points for cutout. On camp, Lockie Argue, riding Toonga Kuriong. Number 243, Leslie Apps and Rosie to the gate. 44, Mitchell Hoy. 45, Campbell Martin. And 246, Daniel Imzirovic. Lockie Argue and Toonga Kuriong working outside. 243, Leslie Apps and Rosie moves on to the camp. 244, Mitchell Hoy and Saltwater 5, Metallic Acres to the gate. Score for Lockie Argue, riding Toonga Kuriong, 16 points for cutout, 61 for horsework and 4 for the course, for a total of 81. 81 points for Lockie Argue and Toonga Kuriong. On camp, Leslie Apps riding Rosie. Number 244, Mitchell Hoy and Saltwater 5, Metallic Acres to the gate. 245, Campbell Martin and G. I'm Divine. 246, Daniel Imzirovic. 7's out. 48, Brent O'Donnell. And 249, El Beaumont. Cutout score of 22 for Leslie Apps riding Rosie, 22 points for cutout. Cutout score of 21 for Mitchell Hoy and Saltwater 5, Metallic Acres, 21 points for cutout. On camp, Campbell Martin riding G. I'm Divine. Number 246, Daniel Imzirovic and Tango to the gate. 7's out. 48, Brent O'Donnell. And 249, El Beaumont. Cutout score of 22 for Campbell Martin riding G. I'm Divine, 22 points for cutout. On camp, Daniel Imzirovic riding Tango. We'll have 2:48, Brent O'Donnell and Turner Stud Supergirl to the gate. 2:49, Ellie Beaumont with Seligman Sally. 3 competitors left to run. First round of our open camp draft. 3 competitors remaining. We did end up with so far 6 competitors on a 23-yard, so that'll be drawn out of a hat. The completion of this first round of the Open, we will drag the arena and water the arena before we get underway with the first round of our maiden A draft. Very big thank you to Andrew and Hannah Coddington and family for loaning the cattle in this open draft. We do have a scratching here. If we can clear one beast out, please. Scratching on before this run, if we can clear one beast out. Score for Daniel Imzirovic, riding Tango, 23 points for cutout, 61 for horsework and 4 for the course, for a total of 88. 88 points for Daniel Imzirovic, riding Tango. Also like to say thank you to Dan Condon for judging this open draft. He'll be back later on this afternoon for the second round. Thank you to Epic Horse Sale and Camp Draft for their sponsorship. Winner will receive an entry fee to the Epic Open Camp Draft and a garland donated by Barragillo Farming. We had another 23-yard there, so that's 7 competitors on 23 cutout. They'll be drawn out of a hat to receive a Yeti and an entry fee to the All-Stars Epic Camp Draft cutout. That's sponsored by Brennan and Smith Optometrists. On camp now is Brent O'Donnell riding Turner Stud Supergirl. He'll be followed by our final competitor, Ellie Beaumont and Seligman Sally at the gate. Cutout score of 22 for Brent O'Donnell, riding Turner Stud Supergirl, 22 points for cutout. Another one coming behind you there, Brent. Final competitor on the camp, Ellie Beaumont, riding Seligman Sally. Cutout score of 22 there for Ellie Beaumont, riding Seligman Sally. 22 points for cutout. That winds up first round of our open draft. We will have a 20-minute break to drag and water the arena before we get on. And if we can bring those cattle back from the other side, please. All those spent cattle, someone warming up in the arena, if we could bring them back round through to the yards, please.
Hi, my name is Ben Rossiter. Oliver Jeffrey and I started Northern Tablelands Quarry Supplies, and we're proudly supporting the Armidale Campdraft in 2026. If you have any sand, gravel or rock requirements, or would like a price on an arena, please reach out to either of us and we'll be happy to quote your job.